Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Tuesday, February 18th. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to put your money where your mouth is or whatever. So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back. My name is Eric, and yes, this is the weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. So, what are we going to be talking about when I say put your money where your mouth is or whatever? Yeah, that's how it goes. As I left you guys yesterday with how can I help you? That's how I approach everything in life. And we did exactly that yesterday. We actually never opened the shop doors. What were we doing? We were spending all that time trying to dig ourselves and our neighbors out from the latest snowstorm. Now, do I consider it a big snowstorm per se? No, I grew up. When we had embankments when I was a kid, I remember the one year, I think it was 77 or 78, and I was standing on the top of the bank, and you could look right in to the trucks, the town trucks as they went by. And in some areas, they had to bring in massive snow blowers that are mounted to the front of trucks to get roads opened up again. We got hit really good. And the greatest thing was I had a snowmobile, but it wasn't registered. And they said you could go anywhere you wanted with the snowmobile, whether it was registered or not. So I took advantage of that. But yeah, that's what we did yesterday, is if you have that dialogue in your head, it's not all about money. Money can come and go. And I guess you could say friendships and that can come and go too, but having a I want to help others attitude will take you a long ways. I mean, could we have used the money yesterday? Yeah, but it's been pretty slow. Claude is still getting paid, and he did the worst of it. He was in the skid steer most of the day or the morning because he works till noon. But I followed him around with the truck so that as he was working, he could hop out and get warmed up and then back into it. And the first place we had to do was just dig himself out because we have it parked in the shop, get turned around, and dig a path out to the road just to get out. And then once he had that done, we went all the way up and he had to dig his way from the road in behind my garage and over to where the fuel pump was, the diesel pump. And then he come back out. We went all the way up, and we had to dig from the main road all the way up through the cattle pasture. We have a road that goes up through to where we water the cows. So he made that wide enough so that I could drive the pickup right up through, give the cows their water, and he even opened up a spot so I can give the cows grain while I'm up there. Because with this colder weather, I don't take the side-by-side up. I take the truck up. That way I stay warm. But while we were up there doing that, another neighbor asked if we could come over and do the end of their driveway because the snowblower just was not cutting into it. It was just a solid pack of ice because we had up in the 40s just before we had this snow hit. So anything that was snow turned to ice. And I told you I had problems just trying to back out of my driveway at the shop, right? And it continued snowing all night on top of what was there. So when we got finished with the cows, Claude went over and dug her out so that they could get the car in and out of there. Because their garage and their driveway is pretty close to the road. So it probably took him 20 minutes to get, because you can't push the snow, you have to move the snow. There's a difference. Once the snow gets so deep, you're not going to push it too many places. And that's where having a bucket comes in handy, because you can scoop it up, right? And carry it, put it somewhere else. So he got that finished up. And of course, I offered numerous times yesterday about relieving him and let me, but nobody seems to be ready to turn me loose on equipment getting pounded and everything. But I was just going to drive it from one location to the next, because the average speed of my skid steer, top speed, is 4 miles an hour. So we made our way back down. And looking at the clock, we decided that there wasn't a whole lot of time to do mine or Claude's. So we headed down and we stopped to another old fella that's on our road. And we end up cleaning the end of his driveway all the way to where his car is in the garage. And then making him a turnaround spot so that he could back up into the turnaround and then pull straight out. If he already was pulling straight out, he could pull in, back around so that his nose was sticking out again. And he come out and he was just waving. That's the thing. Most people appreciate when you do things. Stop. So from there we come further down the road and had another older gentleman that his truck tailgate was within 5 foot of the road, but you couldn't hardly see it because of the snowbank. So we scuffed him out so he could get in and get out of his driveway. And then the other old fella that is down to the shop a lot, Merritt, we explained to him that we weren't going to get a lot done. And the snow that he was concerned with, they had pushed right up close to his house in the last snowstorm. And the problem with his is it all slopes towards the cellar. And every spring, if he doesn't keep the snow away from the side of the house, that it will flood his basement. And that's what he was concerned about. And he was trying to remove it with a shovel, but it was just kind of a frozen pack. So what we told him was hang tight, don't be out there monkeying with it. And we would have to run the skid steer back up the road because we didn't hit Claude or my driveway unless we get really warm weather. Mine was a tussle to get in last night. I got in, but then I could hardly get out the door. I had groceries, trying to get around the other side that was even tighter. We'll see how we get out this morning, right? But we explained we still had to go up and do ours sometime this week. And that we would stop at his house and we'd clear all that snow out around his cellar. So that it's not flooding his basement. So yeah. And then we had one customer leave a message saying they had a flat tire on their lawn tractor, their snowblower, and they needed it fixed. So we went down there quick. And he had his place all snowblowed, but it was a back hind tire that was soft. So we're going down there this morning with the impact and the jack. We're just going to take the tire right off and bring it back to the shop, break it down, tube it, and then put it all back together, take it back down, put it back on his lawnmower. It's a compact, but it isn't much bigger than one of your bigger lawnmowers. And then I got cardiac rehab today. So today is going to be spent basically, I don't think we're going to be digging again today, possibly this morning. We got to get that tire off and tubed. That shouldn't take too long, but the cardiac rehab is at 12:30. And to get there, it takes a little over an hour and a half. So we got to leave the shop early enough to get there on time. And then it lasts for sometimes up to 2 hours, depending on how much she wants me to do. And by then the day's shot, right? But I'm going to start wrapping it up. I just thought I'd let you guys know what we were up to yesterday. And sometimes it's not about the money. It's about how can I help you? You can say it all you want, but if you don't live it, what good is it? You're kind of a hypocrite, right? So on that note, guys, you guys have a great Tuesday. Not sure what the weather's supposed to bring today. Hopefully not a lot because we already got a lot. But we'll catch you tomorrow morning bright and early.